B.LEAGUE action comes your way here this Wednesday evening as the Shinshu Brave Warriors host the Sun and NEOPHOENIX. The Shinshu Brave Warriors needing a victory, struggling. They have actually lost 4 of their last 5 games, while the Sun and NEOPHOENIX virtually on top of the standings right now with an 11-game winning streak, looking for number 12. Welcome to the White Ring. This is the home of the Shinshu Brave Warriors, and this is a big encounter for them. They'd like to be able to take down a big scalp. The question is, can they do it? Can they take down Sana? We'll find out as we take a look at the team standings. You can see on top of the Central Conference, the Sun and NEOPHOENIX with a 29-4 card. On the other hand, 6-27, the Shinshu Brave Warriors. So right now, essentially, North meets South here this evening. Important for Sanen here to win. They need to be able to stay on top of the team standings. And with Idol Alvar Tokyo, also at 29-4, a victory here will propel them actually to number 1 overall in the entire B-League. Right now, let's take a look at the lineup of Coach Michael Katsuhisa. He has number 0, RJ Abarientos, of course, their Asia quota import. They also have number 7. Actually, number 7, Stanton Kidd, used to be there. But right now, as their imports, they have Dion Thompson, number 21. They have Justin Mutz, number 25. And there you have another one of their imports, number 26, Angus Brandt. Actually, they started off with number 7, Stanton Kidd, who's in the injured list. They also brought in David Simon, who is also on the injured list. But right now on your screens there, somebody that they brought in from the very beginning, who has been there from the start and has been their pillar of strength, Dion Thompson. As you can see his numbers. They actually also brought in Wayne Marshall at one particular point in time, who was sporting the number 50. But a lot of changes here as far as their imports. And that's one of the main reasons why they're struggling. Can't get that chemistry if you continue to change imports because of injuries. On the other side, a very healthy squad starting out with number 0, 30 Ravenna. First 2 years in the league, he was in and out of the lineup because of injuries. But right now, the basketball gods giving him health. And he, together with number 1, Yante Maten, number 4, Cody Clark, and also number 23, David Dudzinski, the 4 imports for the Sun and NEOPHOENIX. Not to mention the fact that they also have Kosuke Kanemaru as part of the lineup here for Coach Atsushi Ono. There's Cody Clark on your screens. 31 years of age. A big addition here to the squad of San En. Played for other squads in the B-League. Actually was once a teammate of 30 Ravenna. Oh, check that. Of Ray Parks in the Nagoya side. Well, with Coach Ono transferring here to Phoenix, he has transformed their DNA. Always at the bottom of the standings. Right now, they're on top. And they're looking to make a playoff run for the very first time in over 3 years. Some of the highlights of the previous matches. Sun and NEOPHOENIX. In their last encounter there. Both of them were victories, of course. Ravenna has been playing so well for his squad. And that's the move that he was doing 30 minutes before this game during the warm-ups. And he was hitting them all. Filipino fans and the fans of San En hoping that he's able to knock those down. But of course, the fans of Ronje Abarientos from the Philippines will want otherwise. This is the encounter of the Shinshu Brave Warriors. That was last weekend, the games that we covered. They split that encounter. They won Saturday, but they lost Sunday. So they won 79-73, but they lost big 90-56. against Levanga Hokkaido, the squad of Dwight Ramos. Here we have the comparative stats. And you can see the stats also as it stacks in terms of the rest of the league. And almost number one, at least definitely top 5 in a lot of the categories are the San NEOPHOENIX. And that's why they're on top of the standings. That's why they're doing quite well. Nice look there at Angus Brandt, who was brought in late. Right beside him, Matthew Aquino, the son of Marlo Aquino. Filipino great. Played for Barangay Ginebra, one of the most popular, if not the most popular team in the Philippine Basketball Association. Right now, let's take a look at the 3 officials handling proceedings. This Wednesday evening, we have referee Higashi, referee Ishiki, and referee Shimazaki. We're going to need to learn the starters from the San NEOPHOENIX, the visiting squad in a bit, and then we'll have the fanfare which accompanies the home squad. They got their paraphernalia. They're ready. And here's the starting 5 for the visitors. And quite surprisingly, we're going to see Kosuke Kanamaru with a start here. Usually he comes off as the 6th man, but he's there inserted in the starting lineup. They have 30 Ravenna. They have Yante Maten. They have Cody Clark, the 3 imports. They also have Sota Ora, number 5, and number 14, Kosuke Kanamaru, longtime member of the Japanese national basketball squad. Makes you wonder, who will they have coming off the bench? Usually they have Ryusei Sasaki, who is not available again here today. Sasaki has been out of the lineup for quite a while. What used to be their 1-2 duo in the backcourt was Ryusei Sasaki and Kazuki Hosokawa. And both of them are out with injuries. And now we got a starting 5 for the Shinshu Brave Warriors. No dances here today. We're going right straight to the match. They're starting out with number 11, Kaito Ishikawa. Number 14, that's Kyosuke Hoshino. They're also starting out with number 21, Dion Thompson. Number 25, Justin Mutz. And number 31, that is Kazuya Mitsui. That's Coach Michael Katsuhisa. He had a split last weekend. They'd like to be able to get a victory here, especially against the top-seeded San NEOPHOENIX in their division. We're ready for basketball action here this Wednesday evening. We hope you are too. Once again, the starters for both these squads. The Brave Warriors starting out with Ishikawa, Hoshino, Thompson, Mutz, and Mitsui. For the visiting leaders, they've got Ravenna, Maten, Clark, Ora, and Kanamaru. Again, that begs the question, who will the San NEOPHOENIX have coming off the bench? That's something that we're going to look at a little bit later on. And also check at the half. We're all set for tip-off here. There's Kanamaru, their leading gunner and one of the top local players in the land of Japan. Jumping it up is Maten up against Mutz. Here we go. First quarter action. Happen on the outside up against Dion. More familiar matchups here. 30. Handling it. Finds Clark. Clark drains that three and an assist for 30 Ravenna. They've really worked out their offensive patterns all throughout this season, and they've only gotten better and better. Up high. Shot clock is now winding down to 5. Dion inside, gets 2 to drop. The crowd sits down, and the entire bench of Shinshu sits down as well. Customary here at the White Ring. They wait for the home squad to get their first basket. That's nice, showing solidarity there with the squad and solidarity with the starting 5. Ishikawa, the usual starter. RJ Barrientos comes off the bench. Ora, usually the backup point guard. 30, a couple of moves, kicks it back out. Matten left open for 3, bang! Back-to-back threes. It's now a 4-point lead here for San En. You see that high pressure, and then they call it off. Just to try to give the opponent different looks. Quick hands there from Yante Matten. Steals it from Mutz. Ravenna inside. Quick timeout's going to be called here. Suddenly it's an 8-0 blast put together here by the San En NEOPHOENIX, and they're up by 6. Quick timeout had to be called by Coach Michael. Not wanting to let this game get out of hand early. Gotta stay with San En as long as you possibly can. Try to steal it in the end. Long three is gonna hit. That was a well-run pattern. Coming off that timeout, knocking it down was Oshino. He is their designated gunner. 30 against the double team. Goes to Kanemaru. Kanemaru a little bit too hard off the glass. 30. Will drop. Picks himself up quickly. Getting in front of Oshino. Here's Mutz. Sidestepping move. Slams into Ora. Ora was asking for a charge. Didn't get it, but nonetheless, they got the turnover. Watch it here. Good double team that time. Ora from the front. And there you have that gentleman. Ooh, they're going to say it's a foul. Thought it was a swipe. First personal foul going to be called. Justin Mutz makes that first free throw.
Wow!
Asking for one more. It's going to stay down. So they've cut down that 6-point deficit now to just 1 point. Ora will bring it down. Finds Clark. Clark, that's a deep three. He's got 2 threes to start out this first period. And when Cody Clark's feeling it, things are going to bode well for the Sanne NEOPHOENIX. Back up by 4. Ishikawa left open. Comes up short. Clark with the rebound. Pushes it once again. He's starting to feel it. Why not? Brings it closer. Up against Mutz. Door shut on him there though. He'll kick it back out. But that's the advantage of going early in the shot clock. Plan A doesn't work. You've got more than enough time for plan B. Clark is firing there. Chance now for the Brave Warriors. That's a backing violation. Again, terrific defense shown here by Sanen. Kushina apologizes as Angus Brandt will check in. It's an early entry here for Angus Brandt. That's quite surprising. I wasn't expecting that pass from Malcolm. Coming in now is big boy Elliot Donnelly, standing 6'6". He can be a handful if he's on his game. See how he contributes here. He was very effective over the weekend. We go to Donnelly. Donnelly can hit that shot. Comes up short though. 30. He tried a challenge. He's got 2 free throws coming up here. Well, he saw just Mitsui and Ishikawa. 2 guys that he knows he can take on. And then Donnelly came into the picture at the last minute. That's going to be the second personal foul of Ishikawa. He hits the bench and here comes Ron J. Abarientos. 11-7 is our tally. And 30 on the line for 2 shots. We'll make the first. 3 points now here for 30. 3 points, 1 assist. That's an area he wants to improve on. His free throw shooting. Split from the line there. Abarientos directing traffic. Tries to find Brandt. Can't get it there. David Dudzinski will be checking in. Actually, he's not even 4 minutes into this game and coaches are already switching their lineups up. Wanting their players to be as fresh as they possibly can. So Maton will take a seat. Nice handoff, Donnelly to the corner. Open 3, it'll be too strong. Mutz gets the offensive rebound. They try to challenge. It falls to Brandt. Brandt trying to back his way in. And scores! That's where he can help. Inside that paint, he's very dangerous. He's cut down to 3. Ora, that's a perfect pass. Dudzinski misfires. It goes right back to him. He puts it through. Sheepish smile because it worked out. At the end of the day, he now has a 3-point play opportunity. Barrientos fouled him from the back. Actually, I'm sure Ron J didn't expect that to be cuffed out. Leads back up to 6. They go to the wing. They can't find the perfect pass to Brandt. So Mutz takes a shot and makes it. Mutz had a season high last Sunday. The outside, Dudzinski, that's his specialty. A little bit too strong. Barrientos with the rebound. Jay gets it down. It's a perfect feed. Nice extra pass. And Mutz is going to get fouled there by 30. That'll be now foul number 1 on Ravenna. Oh, they're going to say it's on Sota Ora. So foul number 1 on Sota. Number 16, Kenny Asano, is also in. This guy's a youngster that they're hoping develops into a star. Only 21 years old, standing 6'5". Donnelly, short. Ravenna, big board. Goes to the wing. Now they go inside. Dudzinski, a little bit too strong. That's a great pass coming from Asano. Mutz to the corner. Hoshino for 3, yes! That's his specialty. That's why he's camping out there at the corners. Leads back down to 1. Asano will kick it out. They go to 30. He feels he's got the mismatch here, size-wise. A travel will be called there in 30. Dion Thompson will check back in. That was a brief rest. Tonight's the time for Justin Mutz to take a breather. Thompson on the floor there with Brandt. He can't find Angus once again on the angle. He gets it up high. RJ forces up that 3. Maybe not the best of shots. That was challenged. 30. Falling away. No. That's a shot that he's been trying to develop as well. If he gets that medium range shot down, he'll be virtually unstoppable. Angus from deep. Short. Falls to Dudzinski. Clark will bring it closer and get it to kiss the glass. Inside. Basket and 1. Watch it once again. Power move. Gets up in the air and banks it through. First personal foul going to be called there on Elliot Donnelly. Elliot Donnelly is actually one of the few individuals here for Shinshu that can stay with some of these imports. Cody Clark, 6'7". Donnelly, 6'6". Here comes Yante Maten, a little bit bigger. He's going to be challenged here. Shino collects. Yamauchi is checking for the ball game for the first time. Back in is also Kanemaru. Might have been a travel. And eventually it is. Under 3 to be played here. Look at the turnover situation. Sanen with 2 turnovers, 3 turnovers for the Brave Warriors. Kanemaru will look inside to Maten. Maten gives it back. Maten is trying to make an extra pass. Tatsumi Yu has checked in. Tatsumi Yu, another one of those tall Japanese individuals, standing at 6'6". Matin with a handoff. Kanemaru picks it up high. Dudzinski. Floater, a little bit too strong. Tries to get his own miss. Just couldn't control it. Still a 4-point lead enjoyed by Sanen. Mats back in. Replacing Angus Brand. Dion hits. Dion is now on the board. His first 2 points. He also has 3 rebounds. Donnelly with the board. That's where he can really help. He can handle that ball as well. Mats to Dion. Gonna get the pass. Nice pocket pass there. Finds Dion. Dion scores. Back-to-back baskets, and now the San NEOPHOENIX has seen enough. They're gonna shoot for time here as Coach Ono pushes the timeout buzzer. Now you hear a chance of defense from the fans here at the White Ring. The squad has just tied things up here at 18. Yeah, first deadlock of the ball game. Nice time out there from Coach Ono. Well, Donnelly doing his job. Brave Warriors though in the penalty. Here for the final 2 minutes. They get their first taste of the lead. It's there. 2018 is our tally. They have been at 18 for quite a bit, and they still stay there. Another big rebound from Thompson. Mats to the corner. Stolen by Yamauchi. Here's Yante. We'll bring it closer. Little nudge. That's not going to drop though. Matin thought he got the 2 points. Apology there from Mats. His pass was telegraphed. Under a minute to be played here, quarter number 1. Yamauchi. The pass too high there for Matin. Barrientos a little bit better on that pass, but Hoshino opts to bring it out. A lot of time still remaining. RJ asking for space. He feels he can take on you. Goes to the wing. Hoshino with a jumper. Overshoots. Yamauchi picks it up. Final attempt at the basket here. Last 10 seconds. They're going to want something going towards the basket. defense though. And at the same time, it didn't seem like the NEOPHOENIX knew what they wanted to do. And stealing the first quarter are the SHINSHU Brave Warriors, up by 2, 2018. The SHINSHU Brave Warriors using the basic formula. Trying to steal a ball game from one of the league leaders. Staying close as long as you possibly can. And then steal it in the end game. They stayed close there. And they stole that first quarter. After being down by 6, they're now up by 2. Entering the second. Cody Clark's back in. 30 Ravena's back in as well. That's more firepower. Kanamaru is there as well. They go to the wing. Clark delivers. And the lead back here to Sanen. Well run pattern. Another assist here for 30. Barrientos against the double. Sends it straight to Cody Clark. Cody Clark though almost lost it. Foul from Moshino. Gonna come from behind. Sneaky move there. Didn't really need to bang bodies. Could have actually just tried to take a nice swipe at the basketball. Very early team foul as well. 30 serving the situation. Goes to the corner. Kanamaru will find his import. Misfiring that time was Clark. Kanamaru sticking real close there to Mutz. Will pick up a personal. Kanamaru's gonna have a hard time staying in step with Mutz that far out. You can just see the foot speed advantage. First personal foul in Isuke. That is where Donley can really take advantage. He'll misfire from point blank range though. 30 picks up the loose ball. Clark still not picking his dribble. Finds Yamauchi. 30. Will be called for a charge. necessarily have to dip his shoulder. He was worried about the fact that Donley is 6'6". Ravenna, 6'3". Second personal in 30. Angus Brandt back in. Checking in for the first time. Fuki Yamamoto. Number 5 on one side. Number 5 Sotaora, the starter here for the San NEOPHOENIX, is also back on the floor. Yoshino didn't want to launch. Find some space. Mitsui almost lost it. Ora was very adamant, saying it hit Hoshino. Mitsui on the way out. It would be nice to see the replay. We're not going to see it though. 21-20. Actually, Shinshu has not yet scored here in the second period. Sanen were able to score one basket. A 3. Clark, that's going to drop. Cody Clark with 5 points to open up this second period. Clark now with 15 markers already, and we're still in the second period. We go to Brandt, and Brandt gets away for 2. Once again, you got a seesaw affair. Matten will challenge. Angus Brandt will pick up a personal. An attack Angus early. Smart play. So Kenny Asano checks back in. Asano's big. He can hit the outside 3 as well. Ora launches will come up short. Ian will bring it down. Going to the wing. Brandt once again posting up. He feels he's got the advantage here. And foul's going to be called. That's going to be a Cody Clark. That's going to be number 2. There's confirmation. Foul number 2. He's going to have to hit the deck as they bring in David Dudzinski. They want to go to that Smith match inside because Angus Brandt is 6'10" as compared to the 6'7" Yante Matten. And a while ago, the 6'7" Cody Clark. Screen set. Hoshino hits. That's his second 3. He just camps out of those 2 corners. He's going to lead once again here. Nice tip in. We're tied 25 once again. Third deadlock. Brandt trying to make his move. Couple of body bumps. Up and under move. Works. And he was asking for a foul as well. None given, but nonetheless, 2-point lead once again here for the Brave Warriors. Foul be called on Yamamoto there. It's going to make it 3 team fouls as well for the Brave Warriors. Dion checking back in. Ora inside. Basket and one opportunity. He stopped. He got hit from the back. Had enough body control to put it down. First basket for Ora, who does have 3 assists. Here's a nudge from Yamamoto. Second personal foul going to be called in Yamamoto. Sota not able to give his team the lead. We're going to be tied at 27 again. SHINSHU in the penalty already though. A lot of time remaining here in the second. NEOPHOENIX still with one more foul to give. That's good defense. Are they going to call a foul? Or are they just going to say ball went out of bounds?
So
they're going to call a foul there. Well, without a foul, that should be sand and ball. So now both teams in the penalty. It's going to be a long second period. Yamamoto gets it back. Finds Dion. Dion scores. Quick turn. Before lead once again here for the Brave Warriors. Very quiet. They try to go inside. Maten got sandwiched by the defense there. 2 free throws coming up here for the NEOPHOENIX. That's a foul on Angus. Second personal foul there on Angus Brand. Donley back. A lot of time still remaining in this ball game. Still half a second quarter, and we got the second half coming up still. Yamauchi in place of Ora. You will check back in as well. Maten cans the first. We got a small section of fans here cheering for the San NEOPHOENIX. We're tied once again. Who would have thought? But again, doing their job for the Brave Warriors. Sticking close to the league leaders. Three. Yamamoto's not going to make it. Maten picks it up. Bring it down quickly. Moshi will bring it out a little bit more. And then issue a poor pass. It goes back to you though. Maten will be fouled. Dion picks up that personal. And we're going to have free throws once again. We're going to have an official timeout first though. 4:17 still to be played here before the halftime break. As we have this ceasefire. First free throw drops there for Yante Matin. NEOPHOENIX by 1. Real tight affair we have here this Wednesday night. Yante makes both. RJ back. Barrientos at the controls right now. Donley knocks down his teammate. Kicks it out. Dion flips it through. Won't drop. Matin with the rebound. Here comes Yamauchi. Burning rubber. They kick it out to Dudzinski. Inside to Matin. He just bullies his way through. After a 4-point swing. 11 points now in the contest for Matin. Coach Michael says, let's talk things over.
Number 14, Hoshino.
33-29 is our tally. Hoshino checks back in. Ronje was posting up a while ago up against Yamauchi. Obviously was the play. Hoshino on the outside, shot clock down to 5. Forced to put up a long one. Well short. Matin, early attack. Basket and one opportunity. That was wise. He saw Donley was out of position. He took him straight to the hole. There was contact there. Flips it up and through. It's now a 6-point lead. Could be a 7-point lead, which would be giving the NEOPHOENIX their biggest lead in the ball game. 3:14 still to be played before the halftime break. That's a little bit too strong. You saw the release. So the lead stays at 6. Mats to Barrientos. Barrientos will try to challenge inside. In the line of the Giants, kicks it back out. Mats for 3. Yes. That got the lead down in half. Mats started to find his range now with 9 points, together with 5 rebounds. And he also has 4 assists. Yamauchi inside to Dudzinski. They kick it out. Youngster can't hit. Sano was wide open there. That was the right play from Dudzinski. Barrientos behind Dion. 2-man game. Finds Dion. Mats will bring it closer. Layup a little bit too strong. Matten finds Dudzinski. Now they'll set. Dudzinski launches. Rims out. Dion. Rebound. And come closer. The boys in yellow. The fans really egging them on. Nice quick move. Coming from Dion Thompson. And timeout. This time from Coach Ono. That 6-point lead has been all but erased here. Kosuke Kanemaru is back in the ball game here for the San NEOPHOENIX. They need his outside sniping. Yu to Dudzinski. They find Kanemaru. Kanemaru launches, comes up short. Yu's there. That might be a charge. Yante Matten had nowhere to go. Good position there from Mats. Watch it here. Mats is just waiting for the contact. First personal foul on Yante. Under a minute and a half left in the first half. Barrientos gives it up. Goes to the corner. Nice cut. Hoshino couldn't control it. Gets it to Barrientos. More than enough time to set up the pass. A little bit too high though. Here's Yu. Gives it up. Dudzinski. Not a challenge on Barrientos there. Barrientos did his very best just to stop that fast break. Ooh, that was close. They get it in bounds. Quickly, Ora gets it. To the wing. Yu hits! Not necessarily a gunner. But Tatsumi Yu drains that three. Leads back up to 4. Barrientos to the wing. Dion looking for space. And he hits. That's terrific defense. Just better offense. You will give it out. Difference of about 3 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. And then they want to go late in the shot clock to give their opponent no time to be able to score. No look pass inside. Matten delivers. Shinshu's got to go quick. Barrientos realizes it. Puts up a long one, just short. That would have counted. That would have been 3. But at the end of 2 periods, it's 40-36. The San and NEOPHOENIX showing the way. Checking out now the highlights of the first 2 quarters of play. Stellar play from both these imports as Angus Brandt hits that twinner inside. Hoshino from the corner. Nice play once again. Cody Clark hit 2 threes and that basket inside there for a 3-point play. Starting to heat up late was Dion Thompson. Nice assist there from 30. That was the second 3 of Cody Clark. And here's Cody Clark once again. Attacking the interior and scoring. It's been a very good first 2 periods for Cody. Hoshino hits from the other corner. Brandt once again. Look at his up and under move. Never moved this pivot foot. And was trying to ask for a foul. First quarter ended in favor of the boys in yellow, 20-18. And then Yante Maten started to go to work. As we take a look at the numbers, at the half, it's a 4-point lead for the San NEOPHOENIX. Both these teams taking pretty good care of the basketball. Only 4 turnovers for the squad, 5 turnovers for San N, and 7 for the squad of the Brave Warriors. The thing that we were trying to take a look at are the bench points. And look, bench points, 6 apiece, because there's hardly anybody on the bench really for the team of the San N NEOPHOENIX. Other telling numbers, everything actually virtually even if you look at it. Though the Brave Warriors shot 57% from 2-point distance, it is negated by the better shooting from 3. And so when you look at the field goal shooting collectively, it's 48% for Shinshu, 43% for San N. So Shinshu actually shot better. But the big difference here was 5 more free throws coming here for the San N NEOPHOENIX. Top scorers for both these squads, 15 points for Maten, 12 points there for Thompson. In terms of rebounds, 6 apiece for Maten and Thompson as well. And in terms of assist leaders, 4 for Mats and 5 for Sota Ora. Checking out some more numbers. 20 rebounds for Shinshu, 16 rebounds for San N. Assists, 9 as to 7 in favor of Shinshu. Everything essentially in favor of Shinshu. But just too many free throws shot here. 7 out of 10 for the San NEOPHOENIX has given them this lead. As we take a look at the 2 key players from both these squads, virtually even in terms of their contribution. Looking at the scoring leaders for both these squads, we mentioned Maten with 15. Clark's got 14 and 3 for 30 Ravenna. On the other side, Thompson with 12, Hoshino with 9, and Mats with 9. Rebounding-wise, Mats also helping out with 6 boards. Brandt had 3. Cody Clark had 3, and 30 Ravenna had 2. And in terms of dimes, Ravenna also with 2, and 1 apiece for Donley and Mitsui. It's been a real scrappy affair here at the White Ring. That's going to set up for an exciting second half, and we're glad you're joining us here this Wednesday evening. Both coaches opting to start out with their respective starting 5s again to begin the second half. And here we go. Yuri Ravenna got us underway. And here's Cody Clark inside, hanging and misfiring. Ishikawa pushes it forward. 30 getting in the way there. Ooh, they say it's going to be last touch by the Brave Warriors. That's not going to make the fans happy. Coach Michael just jot down another turnover. It's turnover number 8. We go inside. Flipping it up. Matin gets his own miss. Mitsu will pick up a personal. That's smart play. He just threw it up there. He knew he had the advantage because Dion Thompson was actually too far under the basket to contest that rebound. First personal foul going to be called on Mitsui. Matin's first drops. Leads up to 5. Could match their biggest lead, which is actually 6, which they had in the first period. Makes both. There it is, 42-36. Ishikawa almost lost control. It's to Hoshino. Hanamaru has really helped out defensively, making life difficult for Hoshino. Though he has not scored. Mutz up against Ora. That might be a foul on Cody Clark. He reached in. That was clear. Watch this. He got a lot of arm. And they're going to give it to Cody Clark. He's going to have to sit down. That's his third personal foul. Flip on the line will bring that lead down to 5. 10 points in the contest for Mutz. That set up Kanemaru. Finally they do. Kosuke will miss everything there. Well, the Shinshu staff was saying there was some contact there with Cody Clark, and if there was, that would have been foul number 4. He slammed into, looked like a computer PCU, but nonetheless it was something solid there on the sideline. Ball will stay here with the NEOPHOENIX. We get it back to Sota. And he flips it up and through. He hung in the air, and now this is the biggest lead in the ball game. At 7, 44-37. Cody Clark dodged the bullet there. He took a swipe and he got a lot of arm. Nonetheless, Dion's gonna score. Cuts that lead back down to 5. Little gamble being played here by Coach Ono. A good pass, that was telegraphed. Mutz with the steal. Now with possession, counter steal by Matin. Matin will be fouled. Mitsui apologizes as he picks up foul number 2. 44-39 is our tally. 30. Gets it to Ora. Ishikawa sticking to him like glue. 30. That's off his shin. Turnover number 7 for the San NEOPHOENIX. As Dudzinski checks back in. Minutes gone in the third. Yoshino looking for space. Gets away from his man, puts up a jumper. It's offline. 30, pushing it up. Get it to Dudzinski. Kanamaru, back to David. David's gonna lose it. Ishikawa. No numbers though. Finds his shooter. Yoshino misfires. Dudzinski with a rebound. Ora. Ora doing so well for his squad. David for 3. Yes! And the lead's at 8. No timeout once again will be called by Coach Michael Katsuhisa. Back to the action, Donley back on the floor. He's not made an impact yet. Ooh, that's an offensive foul. Wow. That was an elbow there to the forehead. And Mats is complaining. What are you complaining about? That was clearly an elbow to the head. And now the referees are going to check on this to see if it's an unsportsmanlike foul. Maybe not an unsportsmanlike foul. But it was a strike to the head. Watch this. That was clearly in front of Coach Ono. You see his reaction almost immediately. Well, Ravenna's one tough cookie. He got straight back up. That was a clear elbow to the forehead. Mats didn't look like he was happy with the call to begin with. He should be apologizing profusely. Let's see what the officials say. Might just be a regular foul though. Nope, it's going to be upgraded.
そしてゲームクロックに訂正がございました。第3クォーター残り時間は6分
Trying to protect the players more than anything else are the referees.
3分に2本のフリースローがまず与えられます。
Let's see how shaken up 30 was from that blow. Calmly makes the first. The youngster Kenny Asano back on the floor for the boys in white. 30 makes both.
そして3分後
And Mats continues to talk to the referee.
スローインでゲーム再開です。
That was already reviewed. Admit the mistake and move on. 30 gets it into Ora. On the outside, gets the pick. Wasn't looking for a shot, gives it up to David. David will misfire. Leads at 10 though. Badly needed 3, it's not gonna drop. 30 picks it up. Doesn't have numbers. Brings it back out. They're gonna call an offensive foul there on Dudzinski. They're gonna call a 3-second violation. Nonetheless, a turnover. Turnover number 9 for the NEOPHOENIX. Grant trying to go to work. Good hands once again from Matin. Forward pass. Oh, that's a poor layup there. Ora was worried about the defender. That could have easily been another assist for 30. Ishikawa goes inside to Brent. Brent sees the double team, gives it out. Ishikawa hits that 3. They've been looking for an open 3. They've had a couple of open 3s, just not knocking it down. Finally they do there. Leads still at 7. Is it an offensive foul? That was close. Ishikawa's down. Ooh, the motion of the referee was... It was a push. And that should have been an Ishikawa. And he said it's on Ishikawa, but it could have easily been an Ora. RJ Barrientos will check in place of Ishikawa. Ishikawa saying, I dropped to the floor and I got called for the foul? Same case that Coach Michael is asking. The motion was a push from the referee, not a pull. And that should have been a pull from the referee if the foul was supposed to be an Ishikawa. Nonetheless, play goes on. 7-point lead enjoyed by the visiting squad. Here's 30. Hands it off to David. Go inside Matin. Spins to his stronger side. Hits that baby hook. 19 points in the contest for Yante Matin. Brand fighting for position. Missing there is Mats. 30. Surveys the situation. So they had numbers. Try to go around Brandt. Brandt will pick up a personal there. Brandt is huge. That's 6'10", but not as quick as 30. One of the aspects 30 really needs to work on is free throw shooting. And the penalty already of the Brave Warriors, and still 4:44 to be played. Misses both. Albarentos gives it up to Hoshino. Ronje can hit from there. Launches. A little bit too strong. 30 again. Bring it down. Almost a wild pass it was. 30 saying he got hit. Watch it here. There was contact. Sometimes coaches will say you need to be a little stronger than that. Foul's going to be called on Asano. To the corner. Donley attacks. Gets stopped there by David up high. Martin running the break. And a foul's going to be called on Dion there. There's that foul. Tries to put it up just in case, but clearly no chance of that dropping. To 42 is our tally. Good swarming defense. Abarientos puts up a long one. Short. Nice tap there by 30. And they go inside. Dudzinski for two. And that lead is ballooned to 13 at 55-42. 8 points in the contest. With Dudzinski. Foul's going to be called on Matin though. Slowly, the San NEOPHOENIX taking control of this match. Second personal foul on Yante. As Mutz checks back in. Suzuki Kanemaru also in the ball game. He has yet to score. But his team has really not missed his scoring sock. We're getting points from a whole lot of other areas. Thompson inside, yes. He's got 16 points as Yamauchi also checking in for the boys in white. David will give it out. Yu in the ball game as well. That's a lot of height here for the San NEOPHOENIX. Yante from the free throw line, too strong. Dudzinski with the board. A reset, use some more clock. Yamauchi flips it up. Long rebound. Picked up by Mutz. Barrientos, poor pass. He was expecting Mutz to cut to the basket. Watch it here. And Mutz stayed at his spot. From a point guard's point of view, you know that your player should be cutting towards the basket. That's where Mutz has the
オフェン
advantage.
スファウルの判定、ですのでウォリアーズのチームファウル5つですが3円ボール
2.5
のスローインで
still to be played in the third.
第3クォーター残り時間
7-point
2
lead
分
enjoyed by the visiting squad. San En trying to pick up victory number 30 here tonight. It's been a great season for them. Only 4 defeats. This team is built for the playoffs. Hanamaru launches. That rims out. Hanamaru can't find the range, but it doesn't matter. At least not tonight. At least not at this stage. Let's see if they're going to need his scoring sock in the fourth. Parentos almost lost it. Eventually will. Matin hands it over. Dudzinski ready for takeoff there. David with 10 points. And this is a badly needed timeout by the Shinshu Brave Warriors.
Let's go!
Barrientos still in the ball game. After those 2 turnovers. You want to take that 3. We'll kick it out. Would have been better served just taking that shot. Tap will go long.
Defense.
Here's you. Dudzinski left open for this 3. Dodging a bullet there with the Brave Warriors.
Let's go!
AC.
Let's go!
Thompson to Mutz. There's hardly any movement. Shot clock's down to 4. Thompson's gonna have to force this one up, and does. He'll come up short. Not a well-run pattern once again. Yamauchi brings it down. Hoshino sticking to him there. Back to Yamauchi. Foul's going to be called there. We're going to reset the shot clock from 10 seconds back up to 14. Second personal foul on Hoshino. The Brave Warriors in the penalty. So 2 more free throws here for Yamauchi. Ooh, that's a poor free throw. Morihisa Yamauchi, 33-year-old. Didn't like that first release, that's for sure. Oh yes, he usually goes for the glass, that's right. Kiss it off the glass that time. Much better. 58-44. Mutz's floater, not gonna drop. Manta picks it up. That's a nice steal. They needed that one. Steal. Layup. And 11 points here now. Let's see if Hoshino can keep things going. Difference of about 3 seconds in the game clock and the shot clock. And again, the San NEOPHOENIX gonna milk this clock. Anamaru, no. Dudzinski's there for the putback. Clock's running. Nothing much RJ could do, as this now is the biggest lead in the contest. 60-46, 14-point lead enjoyed by the league leaders, the San NEOPHOENIX. Fourth quarter's underway. Abarientos at the controls here. We're within striking distance. 14 points is not insurmountable, but they need to start scoring now. Abarientos with a floater. Short. Couldn't kiss it off the glass properly. Cody Clark for three. That would have been huge. Not necessarily to put the game away. But Cody Clark is one of those imports you cannot allow to start to heat up. He's got 3 personal fouls here though. That's why defensively he's very careful. Barrientos can't get it to his imports. Shot clock's down to 2. Forces up a 3. That rims out. Not another empty possession. That's something the Brave Warriors can't afford. A minute quickly gone here in the fourth. Ishikawa gets ready to check in for Barrientos. Ora a little bit too strong. Long rebound. Goes to Thompson. Ooh, Thompson had a straight line to the basket. Just couldn't control his dribble. Ishikawa will check in place of Ron J. Ishikawa with 3 points. Mitsui, another starter, is also back on the floor. No one has scored yet here. That's been the problem, really. Especially for the boys in yellow. They only scored 10 points in the third period. They were outscored by 10. They're trying to get Cody Clark in the rhythm. Matten on the bench. He's going to come back strong. About the 6-minute mark. Clark tries to bring it closer. That time, not realizing the possession. It looked like Cody Clark was going to go for it, and then he gave it up. Go back to C. So no team has yet scored here in the fourth. Let's see if Ishikawa can help them get on the board here. Cut into this deficit. Ishikawa puts up a long one. Short, Dudzinski. They'll push it forward. Good transition defense though by the boys in yellow. Pocket pass not gonna work. They'll bring it around. Dudzinski, good fake. Takes it in strong. 2 free throws coming up here for David. Smart play there, making sure there was contact. Mats claiming verticality, but there was a lot of contact there. Asano back on the floor. Kenny Asano, 21-year-old, standing 6'5" as Dudzinski finally gets to score. First points for either squad here. And it's coming from the squad that's ahead. Not the home team. The home team trying to really push their team to victory here. Trying to be the sixth man. Dudzinski makes both. And the lead is increased further to 16. Long three, not gonna drop. If you can't hit a shot from the outside, you're in real trouble. Especially now that you're down by 16. Could be more here. You like the fact that Ora is not rushing in. He'll get it back, use clock. Takes it inside, hits the basket. That twinner is gonna give him 6 points in total. And the lead continues to swell. NEOPHOENIX looking for the killer blow here. That needs to drop. It doesn't. Another miss and another rebound. And here come the NEOPHOENIX. Dudzinski. That might be the killer blow. Bang! No timeout going to be called by Coach Michael Katsuhisa. His team has yet to score, and they're down by 21. Ishikawa's gonna make something happen. Finally, Brand's gonna get something inside, and the defense of Sanden says, okay, we'll give it to you. You're that deep inside. You're 6'10". We don't want to give you a 3-point play. Cody Clark sends it over to 30. 30 inside, the flip, no. He gets his own miss, puts it back. Everybody stopped. Only 30 Ravenna went up for the rebound there. He's come up hobbling though. Let's see if he's okay. 69-48. Ishikawa passes to a space. That was poor. That three goes in, that'll be it. 30 overshoots. Open basketball. Big slam there from Mutz. Problem is, they're still down by 19. A lot of time still remaining. This is mathematically still possible. But look at the San Diego Phoenix doing the smart thing. Using some clock. And then there, Cody Clark gets denied. Mutz, they need to speed things up.
ファウルです。
Are they going to give him a shooting foul?
ファウルは3名。
We'll find out when we come back.
Number 23, Dajinsky, second personal.
He was trying to gather, wasn't able to properly gather though.
Official timeout.
Official timeout, 4:49 remaining in this one. Second personal foul going to be given to David Dajinsky, and it's a 19-point lead enjoyed by the visiting San NEOPHOENIX. Nice basket inside. Well-run play. They needed that. Cutting that lead down to 17. Not a good pass from Yamauchi. He forced it. Wondering why. They didn't need to really rush things. Mutz tries to score here. And will. That's a quick 4 points. And a quick timeout going to be called here by Coach Ono. Things starting to go sideways, and you can see Coach Ono saying, "What was that for?" Mini run put together there by the Brave Warriors has gotten them right back in this one. Just down by 15. A lot of time still remaining. Yamauchi was replaced. Now got their starting five. And that unit really helped out their squad. There's going to be another steal. Almost! That is when you need Kanemaru to come up big. In crunch time, hits that three, leads back up to 18. Ishikawa with the ball. Actually, Ishikawa just hit a milestone a while ago. That is 2,500th assist. Wow. 2,500 dimes. That's a lot.
第4番のボールとした3円ボールに変わります。
Well, he is 32 years old. He has been playing for quite a while.
ウォリアーズ選手交代、背番号14番星野恭介。
Hoshino will check back in. They need his outside sniping.
Defense. アウトバウンド3円ボール。
Well, time is slowly running out here on the Brave Warriors. Especially if Sanan tries to really milk this clock. 3:23 remaining in this one. Looks like the officials are going to try to
ヘッドコーチチャレ
check
ン
on
ジ。
something here.
ただいまのアウトオブバウンドの判定について、ウォリアーズからヘッ
Might
ド
be a
コーチ
coach's
チャレン
challenge.
ジがありました。ビデオで確認
It is a coach's challenge. There's confirmation. What the call on the floor says, the ball will stay with Sanen. Coach Michael wanted to get possession here. He saw otherwise. Let's watch it. That was clearly touched last by the hand of Dion, but did it come off the foot of Matten before it headed out? Everything happened so fast. Let's watch it here. This is a better angle. It was kicked. It did hit the foot. So it was clear. The hand of Thompson, but the foot. And there's the correction. The foot of Matten. Very hard for the officials to be able to see that.
そしてゲームクロックの形成です。第4クォーター残り3分。
Coach Michael did though. Nice team of possession here.
サイドラインからのスローイン。さあ、
But he got the stop.
Let's go!
They need to score though. They're down by 18. Some pressure here. They break it. Almost a backing violation. Mutz has to get inside. The tip-in works. Leads down to 16.
Defense.
See how they manage the clock. Good hands once again from Ishikawa. That's an offensive foul. Matten was not yet set, and Ishikawa knew it. He made contact, drew the call.
チームファウルはこの
Two miscues here by Matten. Now a chance once again for the Brave Warriors. Third personal foul on Niante. Under 3 minutes to be played. Donley will give it out. Thompson against the double. Cross-court pass. They find Donley, and Donley will be fouled. Coach Ono can challenge if he wants. He can challenge if he wants. That was right in front of him. If he was so sure of what he saw. There might be a warning here as well.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
時計が流れました。ここでゲームクロックの確認をビデオで行います。お待ちください。
And we're going to have a coach's challenge.
ゲ
Well, you can see exactly why the referee called the foul there. From his vantage point, it looked like there was a foul. On the replay, it didn't look like there was any contact.
秒に訂正されました。ショットクロック14秒ウォリアーズボール。
No coach's challenge. Is that a coach's challenge? He's not gonna challenge. But stay here with the Brave Warriors. 2:37 to be played. This is the only quarter that the Brave Warriors have not gotten into the penalty early. Dion facing a double team.
Out of bounds 3円ボールです。
Coach Ono saying, we can't seem to catch a break. Eventually, they changed the call. That was touch last there by Dion.
Defense.
Now they can use some clock. And they manage the clock properly this time.
Defense.
Now they can attack.
Defense.
Stepping in. Mante. Ooh, misfiring there. Mutz looks inside. Easy two there. And we welcome you to the Twilight Zone, the final 2 minutes. It's winning time for both these squads, but a 14-point advantage now. Still being managed here by Sanen. The strongest of finishes here. They gotta go now. Shot clock's down to 1. They force it up. Well, they were able to really use every second of that shot clock. Not good shots though, but still they're up by 14 and only a minute and a half remaining. And the Brave Warriors aren't going to be rushing things. That might be enough for victory. 12 seconds in the shot clock. Well, now we're going to have a challenge. This time a coach's challenge from the San NEOPHOENIX because possession, they say, will stay with SHINSHU. That was quick. But that was right in front of Clark. He swiped down. The question is, did it make contact with Mutz? We didn't see much on that angle. And again, you need undisputed evidence, clear evidence to overturn the call. The call on the floor says ball of SHINSHU. This is a closer angle, but we might need to see it from the opposite side. There's a swipe. Was it off the shoe? Doesn't look like it. $80 remaining in this one. Well, the San NEOPHOENIX still up comfortably here. Can they hang on, cling on to this victory? They're still checking. They need to look at it from the opposite angle. Well, they have all the angles. We don't. It's a big call. If they overturn this one, that's essentially ball game. And they change it. Good challenge there from Coach Ono, and he's saying, come on, I've given you so many chances to get it right. There are a few blown calls from his point of view. Another one was there. But because of the coach's challenge, they get it right. And now again, a full 24 seconds to blow here. I was going to be called on Nishikawa. If you're going to foul, you needed to do it earlier. If you really wanted to extend this ball game. Fourth personal foul, going to be called on Nishikawa.
第4クォーター残り時間1分07秒、ショットクロック14秒3円棒。ディフェンス。
Now 14 more seconds for them to use.
Defense.
They try to go at 6, like so.
That's right.
That was touched last by Elliott. Under a minute now remaining. If the San NEOPHOENIX score here, it's game over. Ora. That's going to rattle through. What a dagger. 9 points here for Sota Ora. And a timeout will be called here by Coach Michael, but it's essentially a one-ball game for the San NEOPHOENIX. Stick around. We'll find out what happens in the final. 54 seconds in a bit. Coming after the timeout, they need to score quickly. They'll give that to Toshino. No, they won't. Eventually, he'll get it nonetheless. Off that goaltending violation coming here from Cody Clark. Cody Clark challenging there.
Defense.
They go deep. Foul's going to be called on Elliott. They're down by 15 with 40 seconds to go. There's no way they're going to be able to make this one. Oh, a turnover, they say.
Let's go.
They're going to need a quick three.
Defense.
For the eye in the sky play, not going to work. And 30 and company can now just this clock expire. Sota will kick it back out. They flip it. Extra pass, not going to work. Picked up there. 30 for 3. Short.
Let's go. 1 out.
They're going to allow Mutz to have the final say. 0.2 remaining. All Ora's got to do is just touch it. And this ball game's done. 75-62 is our final tally as the San NEOPHOENIX pick up win number 30 here this season. Unfortunately for the Shinshu Brave Warriors, they will drop to 6-28. There you have the quarter scoring. Shinshu outscoring Sanin by 1 here in the fourth. It's not enough though. Matthew Aquino was not used here by Coach Michael Katsuhisa. Filipino fans were looking forward to seeing Matt Aquino play, even just for a bit. He played last Saturday, hit a 3. He was 1 out of 2 from 3-point distance. But no PT today. As we're going to have the players of Shinshu again address their crowd. The San NEOPHOENIX will head to the locker room. We're going to talk to Coach Atsushi Ono in a bit. Stick around. That was a very brief talk there by the Brave Warriors to their fans. Obviously, they're very disappointed as we have Coach Atsushi Ono.
今日の試合を振り返ってもらってもよろしいでしょうか。
そうですね、ちょっと重いゲームになってしまいましたが、ディフェンスのところで我慢できたおかげで勝利をつかむことができたと思ってます。
今日で12連勝となりまして、クラブ史上最多となってますけども、その要因っていうのは何だと思いますか。
そうですね、マインドセットしてゲームをやれてることだと思ってます。
今日の試合は佐々木選手、細川選手がいない中で、その他の選手が活躍をしていたと思うんですけども、その代わりとなる選手たちが自信を持ってプレーできていることに対して、この大野ヘッドコーチからなんかアドバイスとかありますか。
いや、今日のゲームに限ってはセカンドユニットのところまだまだ責任が足らないんじゃないかなと思ってます。土日のゲームに修正できるようにやっていきたいと思います。
はい、勝利おめでとうございました。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
本日はシュッシュブレイブウォリアーズのホームゲームにご来場ありがとうございました。白愛小林学科の関係者の皆さん、この後記念写真の撮影がありますので、案内があるまでお待ちください。そして大抽選会の当選者の方々、しっかりと番号を確認して忘れないで持ち帰ってくださいね。
メイテイ選手、勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今日の試合を振り返ってもらってもよろしいでしょうか。
I think
the game went well.
Coach talked about.
I think we could have played cleaner on the defensive side and the offensive side. We were a little bit sluggish, but Good teams find a way to win, and I think we found our way to win today.
はい、本当に勝てていい試合にはなったんですけれども、オフェンスもディフェンスも少しダラダラとしたところがありまして、あんまり綺麗な、バスケットができなかったかなという印象ですけれども、こういう勝ってるチームは勝ち方を見つけることはできるので、そういう試合になったと思います。
今日ご自身のフリースローの成功率が9分の8、今シーズン通してフリースローの成功率が 51.5% となかなかこう波に乗れてないと思うんですけども。
すみません、質問続けてください。
シーズン通してフリースローの成功率が今 51.5% となかなかこう伸ばせていない状況だと思うんですけども、今日そのフリースローが入った要因っていうのはあるんですか
？I give all credit to God, and also just practice. I've been practicing. Cody gave me some good advice. Don't try to guide the ball in. Just shoot it. Have confidence you're going to make it. So I just tried to shoot the ball and stop overthinking it like I have been most of the year. So.
コティ選手からのアドバイスもありまして、あんまり考えすぎないようにということと、あと練習を重ねた成果だと思っています。
素晴らしいパフォーマンスを見せてもらってありがとうございました。勝利おめでとうございました。
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
There you heard from Yante Maten, and a while ago the coaches talked about the fact that we did what we do well, and we have to continue to improve our performance. He was not happy with the overall finish, but at the end of the day, they picked up the victory. And he also thanked the fans for helping out, cheering them on, and always being there for the support. And now enjoy the highlights here of the game that just transpired. And then a little bit later on, we're going to give you all the numbers. We're going to break it down and we'll show you the scoring leaders, rebounding leaders, and also the leaders for assists. 30 kicks it out there. Open shot from Yante Mate. And well, I guess he listened to Cody Clark. Angus Brandt not being given too many opportunities. That's going to work there for Cody Clark. Cody Clark, always very consistent there. Easy lane once again there. They made things look so easy, and they really harassed RJ Barrientos all throughout. First quarter ended 20-18 in favor of Shinshu. At the half, it was 40-36 in favor of the San NEOPHOENIX. Nice kick out there. And Ishikawa is up to the task. RJ will lose it there. Easy pass. Easy slam dunk there from David Dudzinski. Dudzinski hits another three. Well, Justin Mutz was able to come up with a shot there, but it definitely wasn't enough to stem the tide. They had a quick 6-0 burst, got them right back in it, but they were down by 21. They eventually were down by 15, but this shot brought it back to 18, and that sealed the deal. Kanemaru, his only points of the ball game. And it happened at a good time for the San NEOPHOENIX. Mutz got a lot of points in the fourth quarter. But it's going to be in a losing effort. He's going to get an assist there to Dion Thompson. That one essentially just sealed the deal. Tough three-pointer from Sota Ora. And as the fans exit the white ring, let's take a look at the numbers. Shooting percentage still much higher from 56% as compared to 43% from 2-point distance in favor of Shinshu. But that was negated once again by the good three-point shooting of the San NEOPHOENIX, shooting 37% as compared to only 22%. And then, again, just too many free throws here for the San NEOPHOENIX. 16 made as compared to just 3. That's plus 13 from the line. When you look at the turnovers, just about even. 17-8. Those numbers there on your screens. Those are the points off turnovers. So you can see San N really took advantage of the turnovers. 36-32. Points in the paint. Just about even. Look at this. 8-21 bench points. Surprisingly, we talked about the fact that San N didn't really have too many reliable bench players, but in the end, they still outscored the bench of the opposing squad. We have now the leaders. 21 points for Yante Matin, 12 rebounds for Dudzinski, and 8 assists for Ora. In a losing effort, 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists for Mutz. Almost a triple-double here for Justin. But it was not enough to carry his squad to victory here this Wednesday evening. Key player matchup, just about even there. But in the end, it's still going to be a victory here by the squad of San N as they improve to 30-4 for the season. That's going to do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Wednesday evening. Till next time, take care. Have a good week ahead. God bless everybody.